Lafayette got off to a good start. You guys seem to come out flat. You think that's due to the grueling stretch you just came off of?
Yeah, and that was a concern. I mean, I talked to our staff this morning at shoot-around. That was one of the things is how are we going to approach getting back into the swing of things in district play? Are we going to have any letdown or any carryover from the Brunswick tournament? And I thought we got off to a little bit. I thought our effort was good. They just came out with a little bit more energy than we did. And when I called that first time out, I think we were down 9. I just told our guys to settle down. I thought we were getting some good looks on the offensive end. It just wasn't going in early on, and they were making some shots early. But we did a good job weathering the storm.
They jump out to a 13-3 lead, and then you go on, I believe, like a 14-2 run or something. And you cut the lead back. You cut their lead down to 2. Elijah doesn't score any points in the first quarter.
Right.
I mean, you got to be somewhat happy that you're only down 2 and having people come off the bench to step up.
Absolutely. Yeah, him and I talked a lot about all the success that he's been having. Teams are going to find other ways to try to take him out of the game. And early on, I said, hey, this is what you're going to see on a nightly basis. And Johnson's a very physical kid for them and did a good job denying him everywhere, making it really tough to get him some touches. So I told him to stay in the flow, set good screens, and we'll get you some touches in positions where you can be successful.
Joey Miller comes off the bench to give you a big spark in the first half. Hit a couple threes, got to the free throw line. It seems like his confidence is he's getting more and more confident as the season is progressing.
Yeah, he is. In the fall league, he had some really outstanding games down the stretch for us. And he hasn't he hadn't gotten off to the start that I expected him to have going into the season, but he was really good for us tonight and really did a lot of good things and helped that in a big way. He was very efficient from the free throw line, got to the line 10 times tonight. He was pretty special tonight. He's a pretty good sophomore, and I brought him up last year as a freshman, and he kind of learned from some of the older guys. And I think that experience last year really has kind of helped pay dividends this year.
You shoot 19 for 24 from the free throw line, and down the stretch you're only miss 1 or 2 at the most. You got to be proud about that.
Yeah, high school teams, to shoot a good percentage are anywhere from like 70%. Our target is anywhere from about 78 to 80%. That's our target goal. This morning on shoot around, and we do it typically at the end of practice every day. We put a lot of emphasis on going to the free throw line. In a game-like environment, shooting 2 free throws, going through your routine. So that practice, really helps out in a game-like situation.
And Barnes and Ream really stepped up tonight.
They did, man. We had 4 guys in double figures tonight, which is good. Great balance. We knew Lafayette would try to keep the tempo at a higher rate. And we're a team this year that we can go if teams want to run, but if you want to play us in the half-court set, we're also pretty good in the half-court set as well. So.
You play tomorrow night?
Play Wednesday against York.
All right, that'll be your 5th game in 8 days.
Right.
Phoebus went through that same experience at the beginning of their schedule and lost the 5th game. You have any concern?
I hope you didn't jinx us there. But yeah, there is some concern there about continuing to develop our bench. And Joey and Ryan Ward, I thought were great tonight off the bench. Ryan Ward took 2 huge charges, and as a senior, he steps up. He's a guy that knows his role and played that exceptionally well tonight. So, in addition to Whitneyville, we also play again on Friday and Saturday. Friday we're home against Pocosin, and then Saturday we're at Virginia Wesleyan. So we're actually going to play like 8 games in like 13 days. So it's good to be young for these kids because they can go. But we work hard in the preseason. Keeping our conditioning up, and I think we're a pretty fresh team right now. So we'll be ready to go on Wednesday night, I hope.
One last question. Colton St. Pierre, he goes for 17 in the 4th quarter.
Is that how many he had?
Yeah. 29 he scored for the game, 17 in the 4th. Do you have any concern about that? And maybe did you feel like your team failed to close the game or close the game out?
Well, we've been in these situations before, and to come out with a 6-point victory at home, I felt that we closed it out. There were some things defensively that we'll work on in those type of situations. We tried to deny him, and he just kept getting touches, and he made some good off-the-dribble moves, and a lot of his shots, were very tough and contested. But when a guy gets going like that, we got to be able to shut it down. We should have probably ran a double team at him to try to get him, get the ball out of his hands. that's probably poor coaching on my part. So I'll watch the film and try to improve on there.